Good morning, I'm Matt Maisel in the Fox 43 studio. We are breaking into programming for a special report on the search for two missing girls. Investigators in York County are looking for them and the man who they say took them, their father, Robert Vicosa. We have just learned that police in Baltimore County, Maryland say Vicosa committed a kidnapping in the Cockeysville area. Police say he had a semi-automatic handgun and was with Tia Bynum and his daughters. The Baltimore County Police Chief is joining York Area Regional Police this morning in York Township, York County for an update. We are awaiting them and we are going to take you live out to them right now.
Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome back. We appreciate your patience. We appreciate everybody taking the time to stick with us. We saw some of you were out in our lots for probably the entire evening. We appreciate that. We're going to have an update for you. This is a very, very fluid investigation, and there's a lot of moving parts to it. There are so many cooperating agencies that have been collaborating to get these little girls home. It's been an incredible experience. It's very frustrating because we don't have them home yet. But that is the reason that we're going to limit our questions today to very limited, because we have to get back to work. There are some things moving. There's some processes that we have to go through, and that requires all of us to work together. So I would like to welcome back two people from yesterday. District Attorney of York County, David Sunday, the Chief of Police of the York Area Regional Police Department, Chief Timothy Damon. I'd like to welcome and introduce today Chief Melissa Hyatt from the Baltimore County Police Department. Chief Damon is going to start this off today. That will be followed by Chief Hyatt. We'll answer very few questions today, and then we're going to get back to work. But again, thank you for coming. Chief Damon.
Good morning. I would like to start off that I want to reiterate that this press conference is focused on the safe return of Gianna and Amina. And I want to plead to Rob that we would like you to put Gigi and Mina in a safe place where we can ensure their safe return and safety overall. They do not need to be involved in this, and we want to ensure that the two girls, your girls, are safe. I would like to thank our communities for your support in assisting us in this investigation and to help bring Gigi and Mina back safely without any harm to them. That being said, I would like to introduce Chief Melissa Hyatt from Baltimore County Police Department.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The Baltimore County Police Department continues to work very closely and collaboratively with the York Area Regional Police Department, along with our other law enforcement partners in conjunction with this case. Before I say anything else, I would like to take a moment to speak to Tia Bynum personally. Tia, our priority is the safety and well-being of Gianna and Amina. Please get these two innocent and precious children to a safe location. You can drop them off at a public safety facility or any other safe location with a responsible adult to care for them. Their well-being and safety is everyone's priority. We know that you are tired. We want to work with you on a safe and peaceful resolution. To the public, I want to reiterate that the safety of Gigi and Mina is our priority. I am also urging Bynum and Vicosa to peacefully surrender to authorities. I now want to provide a brief update on recent events in Baltimore County in conjunction with this case. We believe that these two suspects committed a kidnapping in Baltimore County yesterday afternoon in Cockeysville, which is in the northern area of Baltimore County. During this incident, these suspects, who were armed with a handgun, carjacked an individual, forcing him to drive these two suspects throughout several different locations across the Baltimore metropolitan area. This victim was later released unharmed. The Baltimore County Police Department will continue to investigate tips as they come in related to this case, and we will continue to do this in conjunction with our peer law enforcement institutions that are assisting us. We will continue to use every resource that is at our disposal in conjunction with our partners in order to bring Gianna and Amina to safety. I want to reiterate to everyone that is watching or listening to this message right now that these two individuals should be considered armed and dangerous. If you see them, please call 911 immediately and do not approach them. With that, I will turn it back over to the lieutenant.
Okay, just gonna, like I said, very few questions because this is a fluid investigation. We need to get back to work. Who would like to get started? Yes, sir.
So, Lieutenant, yesterday you folks alluded to the concern that the situation, as you say, is so fluid it may drive him over the edge. I mean, do folks believe he's now at a panicky type stage where he might do something desperate?
We have not spoken to him at this point, and there's no way that I can confirm what his state of mind may be. We hope that he still remembers that he has duties as a father and that he's going to do the right thing and bring these little girls home.
I don't know if Chief Hyatt can answer this, but we hear that Sergeant Bynum was part of a specialized unit that tracks real-time crimes and knows the tools that are being used to find her right now. What are you up against here? And I know you had that plea to her. I'm sure you probably know her as the chief of the department. You know, is she part of that unit? What are you up against there? And what do you know about her? Is there anything that you can reveal?
So what I can say is that Tia Bynum was assigned to our Criminal Investigations Bureau. You know, I can certainly say that when we have a situation that involves police officers or former law enforcement officers, our challenges are significant. But I do believe that both Bynum and Vicosa will do the right thing, which is, again, the priority for all of us of bringing these two children to safety. And again, while we have this ongoing investigation, the priority for all of us is getting these two children, Gianna and Amina, to safety.
Were the kids in the car? You mentioned how this man was abducted and driven around. Were they were present for that whole thing, or do you know?
So there has been sightings of the children over the last several days, but again, with this being an open and fluid investigation, obviously there are certain things that I really can't share right now.
Any connection between the person that was carjacked and these two individuals, Vicosa and Bynum? Did they know the man that they carjacked?
Right now, we don't have that information.
Are there any details on the person who was carjacked? Was it male, female?
We do know that the individual that was carjacked was a male victim, and we also do know that he was uninjured. And again, you know, that's really our focus and, you know, our outreach to Bynum and Vicosa that, you know, right now we are still in a place where we can get these children back, we can bring them to safety, we can end this incident peacefully by getting them to surrender to law enforcement, and that's really what our focus is right now.
Do you remember the Lexus, Tia Bynum's Lexus, and what vehicle do you believe they're in right now, if you know that?
This is part of our open investigation, and you know, again, as was articulated before, this is a very fluid investigation, and it just continues to change very quickly.
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate that. Okay, there is very little, if any, information that we can release, and these folks need to get back. So I appreciate everybody coming. I appreciate both Chiefs of Police and District Attorney Sunday for coming. Again, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Certainly, if we have any information of significance that we can put out, we will definitely do so. The information that is coming in is very, very critical to bringing these young ladies home. These are children, these are babies, and we want to get them back to their mom immediately. So we appreciate all of you coming. The information and data you put out is extremely important to this investigation, and we appreciate your cooperation. Thank you, everyone.
You've just been listening to investigators, Lieutenant Ken Schollenberger, you just heard from Chief Tim Damon from the York Area Regional Police Department, and Baltimore County Police Chief Melissa Hyatt updating us on the situation with Robert Vicosa and the manhunt for him and the search for his 2 missing children. Here's what we know right now, recapping what we just heard from. First, police continue to plea with Robert Vicosa to drop the kids off Gianna. Excuse me, Gianna, the 2 children, to drop them off at a safe location. Gianna and Amana, excuse me. Again, there was the new information this morning is that there was a kidnapping in Maryland yesterday in the Cockeysville area where there was a kidnapping and carjacking. Police said that they drove Mr. Vicosa around throughout the Baltimore metropolitan area and later dropped this person off unharmed, and that there have been sightings of the children over the past few days. There has been no conversation between police and Robert Vicosa. Again, that is what we know right now at this hour. Police, this was a relatively quick press conference update, as they said they had to continue to get back to work to find Robert Vicosa and his 2 missing children. We will continue to have more on Fox 43 News later.